As a kid, sitting on my old 486 desktop PC, one game was always one of my favorite games of all time, and that was Commander Keen, a game where you play a kid who somehow travels the universe wearing headgear that looks like a football helmet from the Green Bay Packers. So in this episode of Retrodocs, we're going to talk about the history of Commander Keen. Commander Keen was born when a designer by the name of John Kamrak, who worked for Softdisk at the time, developed something called Adaptive Tile Refresh, which made it possible to create smoothly scrolling 2D platform games from Microsoft DOS. Soon they had created a PC demo of Nintendo's biggest hit, Super Mario Bros. 3. Nintendo probably turned it down for whatever reason. John and his crew regrouped and set out to make a trilogy of games for Apogee Software, and the first of those was Commander Keen and the Invasion of the Vorticons. The massive success of the game gave John and his team the energy to soon quit their jobs at Softdisk and form the now infamous developer id Software. Soon after that, the next games in the series were released. In 1991, Keen Dream was followed by Goodbye Galaxy and Aliens Ate My Babysitter. In 1999, John Kamrak was asked in an interview online if he had ever thought that the original members of id Software were to get back together, and he had stated that he felt it would never happen, and that he was asked if he wanted to make a version of Commander Keen for the Game Boy Color, and that he had said no since another one of id's hits, Duke Nukem, was already ported to the platform. However, little did he know that in April of 2001, id CEO Tom Hollinshed had said that a version of the Commander Keen was made for the Game Boy Color and was sent to Nintendo for approval. So growing up with this game, I loved it, and the first time I'd actually get to play this game was back in the old shareware days. For those of you who are too young to know what shareware was, before there was internet, and before there was even Steam, there was something called Online Bulletin Board Systems, otherwise known as BBS, where people would put out their games on those, but it would be like a demo version with maybe the first level or two of the game or so, hoping that you would share it with your friends and family. But the only way to actually get the full version of the game was to print out an order form, send in the amount for the full game in snail mail, and then eventually you'd get a full version sent to you in your mailbox. The gameplay of the game is your classic platformer, similar to those like Super Mario Bros., but it has some neat things that made it a bit different. First off, you play as a kid who somehow made his way to an alien planet armed with a gun and a pogo stick to help you jump. And like I said in the intro, the main character looks like a kid who decided to put on a Green Bay Packer helmet and board a rocket ship. The map is a top-down perspective where you go to different bases. The platformer part of the game you jump with the help of a pogo stick to help you get to higher platforms, all the while collecting candy and soda pop for points. And each of the games in the series all follow the same format. My final thoughts of Commander Keen is this. It's a fun little game, but with its lack of background music and simplistic gameplay, it doesn't compare to even the games back in the 90s and beyond. But for the game from my past, it does bring back a bit of nostalgia gaming for me, and since I love retro games, this one is on the list of games to find now. Anyway, I'm Paul saying peace out and stay frosty. Well, this is Paul here. As the credits roll down, I'd like to wish all of you happy holidays and Merry Christmas early, because I'm probably not going to be putting anything major out until probably January. I might do some smaller episodes, kind of similar to this, of maybe a review or small retro doc. But anything major and big, I'm going to leave until the start next year on a big note. So, stay tuned for those. Again, this is Paul saying peace out, stay frosty, and have a great holiday.